Alright, y'all, so I'm Mike. Y'all know me as Slim. Some people call me Slim Beast. Y'all want to call me what you want to call me. Basically, I'm about to show y'all how to cut your hair. So we're going to do little steps. Right now, I'm going to teach you how to properly line your hair up. So what I want to show you real quick is people don't think they can cut hair because it's something you got to go to school for, right? I beg to differ. I'm going to show you a little technique. If you know how to color, you know how to cut hair. And you know how to line your hair up. So I'm going to show you something, right? If you was to just draw a circle on a sheet of paper, and this is really how simple it is to cut your hair. If you draw a circle on a sheet of paper, and you can take a crayon, and you can simply follow that outline, which don't judge me on my outline here, I'm just trying to make it lovely. If you can do that, you can line your hair up. Why is this? Well, your hair has a natural hairline. So as you can see here, your skin is here, and then you have where your hair starts and where your skin ends. So you're simply, just like a crayon on a sheet of paper, you're going to take your clippers as you cut it, and you're going to follow your hairline. You're not going to do anything magical with it. And you're going to follow that all the way around your head, such as here, where the skin in your neck stops and the hair starts. And you're just going to make it look even as you cut it with the clippers, and you're going to go all the way around with it as you line your hair up. So before I do that, first I want to show you how to clean your clippers, and I want to show you which ones you're using and why. So what we have here, first I'm going to show you a cheap alternative because it don't take $1 million to cut your hair. You have here a wall trimmer. Now you actually could get away with cutting your hair with this trimmer. I would not recommend that. I've used it. It does not have a high motor. It's just like if you used to have a 4-cylinder engine and a 6-cylinder and an 8-cylinder or a V10. This is pretty much like a 4-cylinder engine trying to cut your hair. It'll get the job done. It'll get you where you're trying to go, but you're not going to get there the way you would want to get there. So again, if you're trying to spend a little bit of money, this will cost you about 30 bucks, and you could actually get away with cutting your hair with this. Again, I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe just use it to line your hair up. Don't use it for a full haircut. It also comes with these trimmers here, guards to prevent yourself from cutting a certain level of hair. I'm going to go in further what guards are, but just know that even with 30 bucks, you can get a trimmer with guards. It comes with a little ointment here that gives it oil for the clippers so that they don't get dry and it cuts really, really bad, and also gets kind of hot. They give you a brush so that you can actually brush it with, so you can get the hair out, and it comes with a comb. Psych, it doesn't. This is a comb I'm using. It doesn't come with that, not for $30. Now, what I'm going to be using is the Speedmaster and the Pivot Pro. The Speedmaster is used for overall fading, overall cutting, and the Pivot Pro can be used for ball fading, or you can use it also for trimming. And these come with a crap ton of guards as well. I'm only going to use a few in this basic video. Now you can get this at Sally's for roughly about we'll say about 85 bucks, roughly speaking. Now as we go further down, I have what's called the Envy trimmers. Well, these are actually like the master clippers. These are no different than the Speedmasters that I just showed you a second ago. However, the Speedmasters get hot quicker because it's a lower level quality clipper. So if you're really serious about cutting your hair and you want to be able to do it without your clippers getting on fire, not really fire, but they're going to be really hot, you have to cut them off, then you want to use the Envy. The Envy is going to run you about 90 bucks to 100 bucks, depending on where you buy it, but it's worth the money. Now, I would not use these to line my hair up with because they're really big. As you can see, if you was to put this on the edge of your head, you don't really have a lot of space to make a mistake. Such as if you're trying to line your hair up right here, I'm already pretty much hitting my lashes and my eyebrows. You don't want to do that. Maybe you do. I don't. So what you want to use for that is you want to use a skinny trimmer. This here is called the T-Edger. The T-Edger is really small. This is called a tooth. The tooth is really small, which gives you the ability to make a mistake. As such, you have a lot better space to move around and maneuver so that you can cut hair and do things like designs, which I'm going to show you in another video. So what I use for lining my hair up is this T-Edger. However, the T-edger cuts really good and it gives you room for mistakes. It doesn't have as much force, so this would be kind of like your V6 engine for your trimmer. That will be your 4-cylinder that you really don't want to use unless you're on a low budget, which is fine. Get the job done. Now this here is like your V8, your V10. This here is your T-outliner. Notice that the tooth is a lot bigger, but when you use this bad boy, you don't want to make mistakes because it's going to get you lined up real good. But if you make a mistake, you might have to cut all your hair off. So on a funny note, I taught myself how to cut hair about 8 years ago, and I made a lot of mistakes and I didn't watch YouTube videos, so I'm trying to do this for you guys. I watched like maybe one YouTube video and I just went for broke. I got laughed at, people cracking jokes, whatever the case, it didn't really matter. And every time I made a mistake, I would be like, oh, I did that last time, I put a gap in my head, let me not do that again. So moving along before we start lining our hair up, this here is called the Pivot Pro. The Pivot Pro actually comes with the Speedmaster. It's a package deal. And again, you can use this for trimming, but it's kind of like using the wall clipper. It's not really that great. It's kind of really better for bald fading. So if you want your skin around your hair to be bald, I would use this. I don't use this for lining my hair up whatsoever, but I just wanted to show you guys as an alternative. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So before you even think about cutting your hair, unless you want bumps and nastiness on your head, you want to have either some alcohol and you want to clean your clippers with some tissue or napkin. Don't pour it on the clipper because you're going to make a mistake. So what you want to do, I usually have it in my pocket because I don't have time to be moving and jumping around. So I have a napkin or something in my pocket ready to go. And I'll just take out a little alcohol. You know, so I'll just take an example and I'll get my clipper and I'll just simply hit it with the alcohol. Once I hit it with that, I make sure I get it real good, clean it up real nice. Clean it like you love it. You don't want to clean it a little bootleg style, you want to get it good. Then I'm going to hit it with a brush, and I always either hit it on the floor or I put it in the sink. I would recommend the floor so you can just sweep it up later, mop the floor, whatever you need to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I simply hit each tooth, don't take all day, and then you want to get under it. You want to get any type of extra hair and bacteria out of there that you can get out. Then you're going to scrub it a little bit with your other side of your tooth if you have it. If you don't, then just get as much as you can. Then you want to hit it one more time with the alcohol. Now this is the cheaper alternative method with the alcohol. You want to hit it one more time. Once you do that, you're ready to cut hair. Now I'll go ahead and clean our outliner that I'm going to use to line my hair up with. And I'm going to use what's called the Cool Care Plus, and this is actually 5-in-1. Once I went to this, I really didn't go back to the alcohol. So you won't really see me using alcohol to clean my clippers unless I'm traveling and I forgot to bring my spray, or I might have to use sanitizer if I don't have alcohol or spray. But pretty much this thing will literally last you 2 or 3 years if you're just cutting your own hair or maybe your son's hair or a neighbor's hair. This will last you like 2 or 3 years. It's only going to cost you like $6. So this is really a better alternative. This thing, it cools your clippers when they get hot. It disinfects them. It lubricates them. And it cleans them and prevents rust. So it really makes you wonder, why would you even bother with alcohol when you could literally have a hot clipper? You can spray it with this bad boy and it cools it off. Keeps it from rusting, keeps it from being dirty. It's a good deal. So contrary to what I just did with the alcohol, instead I'm not even going to spray it first. I'm just going to go ahead and hit it one good time with the brush, clean it up, shake your bottle up real good. You're going to hit it with the spray on both sides, front and back. You just clean it up real good. Now, you ain't got to do no double trouble. You just go ahead and wipe it, and you really don't even need to wipe it. But I do, just to get the extra stuff off, and you're done. So much quicker than hitting it with the alcohol. But they both work. Slim Beats.